What is up? And welcome in to the Beyond the Veil podcast with Jake Wan. Oh boy, I'm excited for this one. This has been something that I have been called to step into for a good amount of time now, and I'm finally taking the action towards it. Before we get into all the beautiful things today, telling you about my story more, telling you about why I'm starting this podcast, what this is here for, let's just take a moment to drop in. Many of us don't take moments in our lives to just be in the present moment. And so as you come into this space with me, this is more than a podcast. This is a space for you. It is a space for me. It is a space for all of us together as a collective to come together in this space, grow, evolve, see more, learn more, and step into who we are truly meant to be in this world. In a dire time, in a transformative time, this is a space for you to become all that you are. So just allowing yourself in this moment to close down your eyes, to sit up straight. If you're in the car, don't close your eyes. And just take a moment right now to find your breath, to feel where you're breathing. And we're going to take 3 beautiful breaths together to truly start this community, this podcast, this beautiful transmission of love, of light, of knowledge, of growth, of opportunity. Let your current breath out. Now take a breath in through the nose. Let it out. In through the nose. Let it go. Last one, in. Now hold at the top. Find your heart. Let it open and let that breath go. Coming back with me into the space. Opening up your eyes if they have been closed. Welcome. Welcome into this space. This is a beautiful space, as I have already mentioned, for us to be together, for us to cultivate a space of growth, of spiritual growth, of opportunity. I am creating this podcast for this to be a place for me to express what I'm learning, to have conversations with others and their path on the spiritual journey of truly stepping into their power and truly stepping into all that they are. That is what this space is for. I'll also be sharing channeling. I'll be sharing some breath work. I'll just be sharing everything that comes to me, everything that I am guided into. This is a space for that. So I am extremely excited and grateful that I get to do this and I get to call this my life. Beyond the Veil, and what that means is, over the past couple of years, I've had a very interesting journey. I went from being a strength and conditioning coach to a nutrition coach online, having a successful business. I then experienced deep depression and anxiety, and I went through this big spiritual awakening where I got into breath work. I had a life coach. I experimented, or I sat in a medicine ceremony with Bufo aloe veris, which was a beautiful medicine that transformed my life. And that's what really started me on this path. And ever since then, it has been quite interesting. And in this moment, as you guys experience this podcast with me more and more, you will see that I see things. I often have a view, you could call it from my higher self or my soul, where it's kind of, if you have ever had an experience on mushrooms or any sort of plant medicine, you can see how everything is connected. And in my life, in just my everyday life, I can see how every single thing is connected, how this thing led to that thing, and how every single thing in our life, there are no coincidences, but every single thing is connected. And I'm able to see that. And so I can see for myself how this podcast is not just a podcast. This is a culmination of my past 3 years of my life, the beginning of my life, my past lifetimes of everything. And this is a divine channel of knowledge, of ancient wisdom. That is what I believe that I am. is a divine channel of ancient wisdom, of remembering of who we truly are. And so that is this. And in the past 3 years, I became a breathwork facilitator. I've sat with plant medicine, which definitely helped in my awakening to what I am and who I am. And I've held spaces for thousands of people now. I've worked with clients all over the world. I became an energy healer. I became a Reiki facilitator. I have worked with a psychic medium mentor and had psychic abilities come on and channeling abilities and all of that. And so I received divine guidance from source, whatever you want to call it, to start this and go full in. And I know that for myself, to be honest with you, the human will hold us back because it gets scared. Or what are people going to think about me? I am just a normal dude that likes to work out, likes to have fun, hangs out with his friends, that also has really deep spiritual abilities. And they're coming online more and more each day. And so you might relate to me here. You might, for yourself, have just these synchronicities happening. You might have these downloads coming to you. You might be connecting with your spirit guides. You might be connecting deeper with God. You might be deeply connecting with your truth. You might not feel in full resonance with your job or your career anymore. You know there's more for you out there. Well, this is the space where you find that more. Will you find more of yourself, of who you truly are? Because as I'm speaking to you and you're on this journey with me, I am finding more out about myself. And we're constantly learning and we're constantly remembering who we are and what we truly are, that we are divine beings, that we are spiritual beings. This is that space. This is the space where we remember. In the past couple of years, as I've mentioned, there's been a lot of struggle. There have been many circumstances in my life where it's been hard. I've gone through broken business relationships, one in specific where there was a fake angel donor that caused me to go into a bunch of debt. And that was a huge learning experience. And I'm still learning from that and still growing. In the past year, I've gone through 2 breakups that were really hard. I've moved multiple times. I've gone to Bali. I've gone to Tulum, Mexico. I've gone to all these places. I've been in coaching containers. There's been so much that has transpired in the past couple of years, which feels like this beautiful orchestration of the divine guiding me on this path to be in this here moment now, to be in a place where I can be the channel. And I can also be a permission slip for you to step deeper into your truth. We all have spiritual abilities. Yours could be psychic abilities, medium abilities, channeling abilities. Could be through art, could be through music, could be through breath, could be through meditation, could be through just being yourself, working a 9-to-5 job, but you are the person that brings light into your space and into your community. It can be whatever it is, but you have a gift. And no one has the gift that you have because you are a unique soul and there is not another one of you. There is only one of you. And you are greatly needed as a part of the whole one. I had a conversation with my friend the other day about how we're all just fractions of the one. But our fraction is greatly important and your fraction is the only one that exists. And so we are in a dire time of moving into this new earth or this new dimension, whatever you want to call it. And what we are being called to step into, for those that are choosing to, or have the slight inclination that they desire to, we are being called to step into something that's been different than the years of our past, than what our parents did, our grandparents did. That no longer serves us. And we are seeing that. We are seeing that with the amount of depression and anxiety people have. We are seeing that in the amount of entrepreneurs that we have. We are seeing that in the way that our government and the elites are trying to control through our food, through our social media, through the media, through elections, through all these things. The only reason that those, you could call it darkness forces, are trying to control more than ever is because they are losing control. And light always overpowers darkness. And so the light will rise. And as the light rises, the darkness will try and dim the light. But we are seeing that. If you've seen the recent events and hurricanes that happened in Asheville, North Carolina, I was just at a party for this on Friday. and you can see what the news is portraying, but you can see the accounts from the actual people, how there has been, for Hurricane Katrina, there were billions of dollars that were sent for relief, and it still wasn't enough. And now our government has sent, I think it's like around, and don't quote me on this, but around like $50 million for relief. And there's also been stories about how the weather has been changing and how they have controlled the weather and all these things. And so whatever you choose to believe, I personally believe that of course they are. Why would there be a hurricane that's directed towards a conscious community? Also a space where there's lithium and all these things, but it just seems like the perfect grenade into a space of our country. And there is the duality of that, the other side, where this is a beautiful opportunity for us to come together more than we ever have before. I'm in Boulder, Colorado, and there's a party for our friends in Asheville, North Carolina. How beautiful that we were coming together to raise money for our friends on the other side of the country, one conscious community helping another conscious community. When we continuously do that over and over again, how freaking beautiful and how freaking powerful. When all of these conscious communities start to come together, they link forces. We grow, we raise our vibration together. Want to know what a beautiful way to raise your vibration is? Is for a catastrophic event to happen in your life, and then you overcome that. You recognize your power. You recognize how powerful you are to overcome that situation. Boom, there is an immediate upgrade in your frequency and vibration. And that is what we are all doing. So these dark forces can go ahead and do that. Go ahead, try to stop us. However, we're going to rise when you do that. You are actually helping our ascension. Thank you. Sure, it might be terrible and horrific and we have to grieve and all of that. But as we do that, we feel our emotions more. And our emotions are a gateway to our heart and our ascension. The more we feel, the more we allow our bodies to process, the more our vibration rises. And we rise together. So this is a beautiful opportunity for you to recognize your power and recognize what you are. To recognize that those little nudges from source, from your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, are nudges for you to step into why you came here. If you're listening to this, you're just like me. I came here and I've had many visions and experiences of knowing that I personally, my soul comes from a very high dimension, and my soul chose to come down to the earth during this dire period to help the earth in its ascension into this new dimension, to help it heal so that we can grow into a space of love and harmony. I know that that's what I'm here for. So I am a divine channel for ancient wisdom, for ancient knowledge, to help us remember what we are, that we are spiritual beings, that we are souls, and that we get be our soul's fullest expression during this time so that we can all go into this new earth together. That's what I'm here for. And I know that you are here for something similar. Your soul chose to come down during this time. Your soul could be off doing something different, in another dimension, in another realm, having a great time being a light being. It could be that. But you chose during this time to become a human being, which is not easy at all. This is Earth. This is a school of learning. It is a school of difficulty. It is a school where you come and you're going to get whipped around a little bit. There's going to be heartbreak. There's going to be tragedy. There's going to be trauma. There's going to be all of this. And you chose to experience all of that so that, one, you could evolve your soul and see how powerful you are, and two, to help Earth together. Because what we are doing here, and I love how Source comes down and talks to me, and I've been asking for this more, and I get it from this left side of my head. Source wants you to know that you are here during this time because you are needed. You are needed now more than ever, and you've been doing the work. You've been doing work for years, for lifetimes, for millions and millions of years. And this is your opportunity now to step deep into your truth and allow your soul to fully express all the work that it's done. This human body is a vessel for your soul to express itself. That is why we have a voice. That is why we have hands. It is just a vessel for your soul to express. And it's a little heavy at times. It's a little hard at times. And you chose this. How beautiful. You chose to be in this body. I chose Jake. My soul chose Jake. Your soul chose your body. Whatever it is, it chose your body. And so you get to be your soul's fullest expression in your body right here, right now. So I offer you as a permission slip to start going towards what you know you're meant to do, because that is what you're meant to do here. And sure, it's going to be confusing. It's going to be hard. And I know that for myself, when I choose to create, that is when everything starts to make sense. Everything right now for me is making sense. I can see that when I am questioning, oh, am I meant to do that? Am I meant to make this podcast? Am I meant to make this YouTube video? Am I meant to help these clients? Am I meant to start this community? Am I meant to start this men's group? Yes. Yes, Jake, you are. Yes, David. Yes, Lily. Yes, Alfred. Yes, Monica. Yes, you are. You don't have to question anymore. We question it because it's so different. It's so new. Beautiful. It's meant to be different. It's meant to be new. This isn't supposed to be an easy path. But as you take the steps towards those small inclinations, those small nudges that you keep continuously getting, you're going to be put on a beautiful path, and it's going to grow. It's going to be a journey. I know that for myself with this podcast, it's going to grow. It's going to turn into something so beautiful. And I have no idea what it's going to look like. How amazing. I get to step fully into the unknown and just let this podcast, let my message take a life of its own. And I know that it will impact your life. I know that it will impact others' lives in the way that it's meant to. And the same goes for you. If you just follow that small inclination, I promise you, you will be led on a beautiful journey where you will be taken care of. Yes, there will be hard moments, but guess what? That's what we got each other for. That's what we got this community for. And to touch on that for a moment, that is a giant desire of this podcast, is to not just be a podcast, but to be a community of people that are seeking the truth about themselves, that are seeking to move deeper into love and harmony, deeper into community, to no longer be in separation, but instead to be in coherence, to be in oneness, to be in love, a space where we see each other, where we grow together, we evolve together, we help each other heal, we help each other grow, and we do it not separately. We do it as one. I see you, you see me, I see your brother, I see your sister, they see me too. We all see each other. That is what this space is for. Creating a community, creating a new way of being, creating a new reality together. That is what this is for. So if you're in with me, now is a beautiful time to leave a comment below that you are in with me. You're in for this podcast. You're in for this community. You are in to discovering yourself deeper and deeper, more and more, each and every single day, each and every single week with me here. And something else I would like to touch on is just recently what has come to me and the experiences that I've had, because you might relate to it. I had an experience, notice that I have had channeling abilities probably for the past year and a half, 2 years. I will have spirits that come and talk to me. I will have passed away beings that come and talk to me. I will have spirits from different realms, different dimensions. I've had light beings come and speak through me. I've had my light language turn on about 2 years ago now. And so it's all just gotten stronger and stronger. 2 weekends ago, I had an experience. It was at a friend's birthday party. And in my community, we are very connected on a spiritual soul level. We deeply love each other. And really our whole intention, and we are learning together, is to help create this new earth, us all evolve and grow into this new dimension that we are stepping into. And we are all helping each other step deeper into our gifts. And so it's not a typical birthday party. We're not getting drunk or anything like that. Some of us do take some medicines that help us dive deeper into ourselves and discover more. So at my friend's birthday party, we rented an Airbnb. It was beautiful. I had taken some medicines. I am learning even within myself that I don't need medicines, but they definitely help me learn to step deeper into my intuition, step deeper into my gifts. And so I have been learning that, and I am choosing moving forward to experiment less and less with medicines and more so with my own medicine. And I was sitting outside talking to a friend. I get spoken to. So kind of the name of this podcast, Beyond the Veil. I have a very small veil. And what you could call a veil is like the separation between, or the gateway between you and the spirit realm. And so I have a very small veil. And so when I take any sort of medicine, the veil is gone. Or when I do breath work, veil, gone, open up. When I do a meditation, gone, open up. And I'm learning it more and more. And so I get spoken to. So I was speaking with a friend outside and we were going pretty deep. And as I was sitting there talking to him, I had a lot of energy moving through my body, specifically in my gut. I was hearing, go upstairs, go upstairs, go upstairs, go upstairs, go upstairs. And eventually I was like, okay, all right. Hey, friend, I'm going to go upstairs. I went upstairs and I went into a room by myself and I started doing some breath and I knew something was trying to move through me. So I just allowed it. I surrendered. I let go. And I allowed whatever was present to move through me. And what happened was a light being became me. It was a more masculine light being. I asked what it was. It said it was a Pleiadian light being. And it came into my body. And before I do any of this, I always say, I only allow beings of light from other dimensions, other realms into the space that have the best intention for me and the people that I will help from your messages. So I always make sure that the space is safe. And I felt this light become a part of me. There was a lot of light language that came through. A light language is basically just, I would call it language from other dimensions and other realms that we speak. And it's more so a vibration and frequency that is spoken because that is how other realms speak. They don't speak in English or Spanish. They speak in vibration. They speak in frequency because that is what light is. I had this being speak through me. If you've ever explored Dolores Cannon's work, she talks about a council, and it's like a council that kind of keeps in control or operates all the realms and dimensions. And so I had this council in front of me come speak to me. The first thing that I said was like, why do you make it so hard for me sometimes? And they're like, well, you're a human and that's a part of it. They just told me that we're in a dire period. We are in a dire period over the next 10 years. They showed me pretty vividly 2034. And that between now and 2034 is the dire period of us stepping into our true gifts and what we are meant to do here. By doing that, us creating community and stepping deeper into harmony and love together. And that we have 10 years to do it. And that what we are experiencing in our earth realm has never happened before anywhere else. So they are watching us. We are literally moving from one dimension, the 3D, into the 5D, the old earth into the new earth. And it's never happened before. And so they're sitting here watching. And we came here to be like, yo, we'll do it. We got this. We got this. It's going to be hard. I don't know if we can do it, but we got this. And so we're in this dire period. So listen to me when I say, please listen. If you're open to listening, now is the time for you to remove anything in your life that doesn't fully serve you. Friends, relationships, environments. Let it go, because as you do that, you open yourself up. You literally, as you do that, raise yourself to a new vibration, so that you can be on the energetic frequency to attract what you desire into your life. So you living a life where you're sharing your gifts, where you're sharing your talents, you have beautiful relationships, you have a beautiful environment, you live in a beautiful place. You have to let go of all that no longer serves you. So if there's a relationship in your life that just doesn't feel good, let it go. I've had to do this. You're living in an environment that just doesn't feel good, let it go. If you're working at a place that drains you energetically every single day, let it go. Now, that might be a very scary step, and you're like, how do I do this with money and all of that? If you believe that the universe always provides for you, especially financially, you always have enough money. You always have more than enough. I always see how money just comes to me so easily, so fluidly, especially when I need it. It's just there. If you believe that, that will happen. Your current reality blocks you from the amount of money that you want to have because you are draining your frequency, so you're not at the level of abundance that you want to be at. But when you let go of the lower frequencies that are holding you back, you raise your frequency up, and then boom, you start making more money. It's as simple as that. So now is a beautiful time for you to step into your true calling and your true gifts. And that is what I will leave you with today. I thank you for being here with me. I ask you to leave a comment on this and just let me know what you took away from today and what you desire to see moving forward. Would you like me to do breath work on this channel? Would you like me to lead meditations? Would you like me to interview certain people? Just what would help you evolve into the spiritual being that you know that you are? What would help you find more of your truth. Let me know that. And share this with a friend too who might get something out of this and would like to be here with us. Stay tuned for a community that will be coming that you will be able to join from this. Stay tuned for some beautiful conversations that will be had. And I look forward to sharing with you more all that I learned on this journey of myself and what is channeled through me. I'm deeply grateful for you. I love you. And I will catch you on the next episode. Peace.